this or electrolysis. Okay. Photography is what type of reaction? Photochemical. Exposure of sunlight or negative. Our vision is what? Photochemical reaction. Not decomposition. Vision जो chemical reaction, not decomposition, but photochemical. In a light presence में, there is a reaction in the eyes. That's why we are able to see. Same eyes in the dark, no, in a light presence में reaction. Right? But if any doubt, balance the reaction. Reactions are balanced. Combination में balance नहीं है. तो इधर क्या हो जाएगा चलो? Two yes. Yeah. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Okay. Let's come to the third type of reaction. Vedant, are you writing?
Yes, sir.
Finish हो गया आपका?
I'm writing combination reaction.
Parents take parent signature. Then you know they also are aware that even care about your studies, about your whereabouts, etc. Let's come to the reaction, which is called as what? Displacement reaction. Displacement. Straight. But displacement reaction is what? Basically, displacement reaction is basically you take a metal, okay? A metal energy plus a salt solution of that metal. I mean, salt solution in aqueous form, definitely. This metal which you're talking about should be less reactive. This metal which you're taking, which is pure solid metal, okay, should be more reactive. Now you will say, sir, how to find out which is more reactive, which is less reactive? There's one reactivity series or activity series, children. Okay, वो याद रखना पड़ेगा. But I have made a sentence so that you can remember. The activity series tells us that element which is on the top is the most reactive element, potassium. That means it can displace the other metals. ठीक है, सबसे टॉप एलिमेंट वो ये इसके नीचे सोडियम पोटेशियम सॉरी पोटेशियम सोडियम नंबर 2 पे आ रहा है, कैल्शियम मैग्नीशियम एल्यूमिनियम जिंक आयरन लेड हाइड्रोजन. हाइड्रोजन इज नॉन मेटल बट इट शोज द प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ मेटल्स. ऐसे इन लोग के साथ एक्चुअली व्हाट लाइक है कॉपर देन मर्क्यूरी एंड देन वी आर हैविंग सिल्वर गोल्ड एंड प्लैटिनम. नाउ दे हैव रिवर्टेड, गोल्ड नीचे आ रहे हैं प्लैटिनम ऊपर जा रहे हैं, ऐसा भी करके न्यू बुक्स में आ गया. और अभी तक हम लोग ये एक्टिविटी सीरीज पूरा न करें. नाउ कैसे याद रखेंगे? कहो ना कार मिलेगी, ऑल्टो जेन फरारी, पब्लिक है क्यूरियस, होगी सिल्वर गोल्ड प्लैटिनम. Child is asking his father, father, I got 95% in my graduation engineering exam, so you had promised me that you will give me a car. Okay, and today the results the results are already out last week itself, and still my car has not come. So Kahuna is requesting his father, child is requesting his father who's about 18 years, graduation is almost 20 तक होगा. Kahuna car मिलेगी. Okay, when I am going to get my car, okay, whether it is going to be Alto from Maruti or Zen from Maruti or Ferrari, Sachin Tendulkar has got. Okay, public, my public है curious means what? My friends are curious to know. My friends है public का मतलब याद है. Friends are curious to know. होगी silver, gold या platinum color means color लिखा नहीं है इधर. But which color? Is it going to be silvery color or gold color, golden color or platinum color? So that is the idea of remembering the activity series. ठीक है, कहो ना कार मिलेगी, ऑल्टो जेड फरारी, पब्लिक है क्यूरियस, होगी सिल्वर गोल्ड प्लैटिनम. इसमें निकल और टिन नहीं आया just because the sentence is broken down, इसलिए हम लोग उसको नहीं लिख रहे. But that normally in your 10th standard doesn't, they don't come these elements. Anyway, more reactive metal will displace less reactive metal from that salt solution. तो ये जो more reactive metal है, let's say for example इसको हम लोग A लिख देते हैं, चलो इधर A लिख देते हैं और इसको BC लिख देते हैं. BC means this particular metal ion is less reactive than this. So what is happening? इसको डिस्प्लेस कर देते हैं और इमीडिएटली क्या हो जाता है चिल्ड्रन? A+ आएगा और C और B is just alone getting deposited. This is almost a solid like a precipitate. Here, let us take an example. Now, for example, here you take iron, okay, and you react with copper sulfate solution. Now, where is iron over here? Iron is on the top over here, right? और copper किधर है? नीचे. This will displace this. The moment you find that this copper is actually what is having a stability with sulfate, this iron is very much furious. क्यों? ये आराम से stable है और मैं अकेला यहाँ पे हूँ. Means the idea is that I want to actually what? React with this sulfate and remain stable. So immediately this displaces copper, okay, because copper is less reactive, and therefore immediately you get what? That blue color copper sulfate vanish, and because this forms iron sulfate, and you find reddish brown copper is getting deposited. So it's like saying this way: you've got a vessel in which you are having blue color copper sulfate. Blue color नहीं मार्क करे, ठीक है? मैं green से कर देता हूँ, ठीक है? Blue color copper sulfate is there, ठीक है? और यहाँ पे आपने क्या किया? zinc iron एक rod रख दिया, एक wire रख दिया, एक तार रख दिया उसके. थोड़ी देर के बाद क्या हो जाएगा? ये जो blue color copper sulfate है ना, धीरे-धीरे vanish होना शुरू. और यहाँ पे आपको डिपॉजिट होगा किसका? रेडिश ब्राउन कॉपर का डिपॉजिट होगा. एंड partly that particular whatever is the first layer of the iron, okay, will go in the solution as what? Fe+, and they will combine with what? Sulfate, and the color will change from blue to colorless. तो थोड़ी देर के बाद ये, and of course it will get थोड़ा सा dissolve हो जाएगा ये, ठीक है? और उसके ऊपर कॉपर डिपॉजिट होना शुरू. So this copper deposition, okay, will take place on this particular iron, एंड जो तार जो आपको थोड़ा सा ब्राउनिश या लेट अस से फॉर एग्जांपल सिल्वरी दिख रहा था, उसके ऊपर एक लेयर इसका डेवलप हो जाएगा कॉपर का, और थोड़ा कॉपर नीचे भी गिर सकता है, and it will die over here also, okay, which are not deposited on there. Okay, so that is the idea. So this is what is the displacement reaction, because that means more reactive metal displaces the less reactive metal, so this gets dissolved and this gets deposited. Okay, secondly, suppose for example, that means by doing this you will come to know whether I can stir with the iron spoon. Can I stir copper sulfate? The answer is strictly no. Why? Because वो iron spoon क्या होगा, dissolve हो गया, spoil हो जाएगा, it will no longer remain as iron spoon. But can I stir silver with silver spoon sulfuric acid? I mean, will this reaction, will silver get spoiled या gold अगर मेरे पास spoon है उससे मैं stir कर सकता हूँ क्या sulfuric acid? Or can I store in a gold vessel sulfuric acid? Suppose I'm not having a glass vessel and I've got dilute sulfuric acid, so can I store? Will this displacement take place? Where is silver? Silver इधर है, hydrogen इधर है. Hydrogen means hydrogen ion. ये displacement नहीं होगा. So that means there won't be any reaction. Why? Because silver is less reactive than hydrogen. So I mean, by this you can come to know whether I can place in a vessel, okay, this solution or not. Whether it will be corrosive or not. Corrosive means reactive or not. You come to know from this displacement reaction. Okay. Another way to look at it is, for example, here, I mean, this happens in the school also quite often. This person is sitting alone in the class, and here two people are sitting. Again, immediately he gives a tough look to this person. Means he's more reactive. ये अपना चुपचाप ये बैग लेके इधर आ जाता है और ये इधर चलता है. Of course, they are at the age of 14, 15, also just playfully हो रहा है. So this is kind of displacement. So he also is like, little, no problem, I will sit alone. In fact, I want to sit alone. Why? I want to concentrate on my studies. They are letting chat with this person. So, but he wants to sit over here. Why? Because all these days he was sitting alone. Teacher had made that child sit alone. He's more. He gave a tough look. Why? Because he's more reactive than this. जो ज्यादा रिएक्टिव है, ज्यादा थोड़ा सा उनके एनर्जी है, तो वो थोड़ा सा ऐसा शिफ्टिंग करेंगे क्लास में, रीशफलिंग करेंगे. ओके, दैट इज इनबिल्ट. सो दिस डिस्प्लेसमेंट रिएक्शन. ठीक है, डबल डिस्प्लेसमेंट. नाउ देयर इज वन मोर डिस्प्लेसमेंट रिएक्शन व्हिच इज डबल डिस्प्लेसमेंट. नाउ डबल डिस्प्लेसमेंट इज आल्सो रिलेटेड विद व्हाट? सॉल्ट सॉल्यूशन. ठीक है, वो भी लेट देन यू विल राइट टुगेदर, बिकॉज़ देन इट विल बी इजी फॉर कंपैरिजन. नाउ देयर इज अ डबल डिस्प्लेसमेंट रिएक्शन चिल्ड्रन. व्हाट इज डबल डिस्प्लेसमेंट? Is also known as double displacement reaction, or we can say, for example, double what? Decomposition, or it is also known as precipitation reaction. Okay, what is precipitation? Precipitation means insoluble solid formation. कोई भी reaction में अगर insoluble solid formation हो रहा है तो इसको बोलते हैं precipitate. Like mother puts some curd in milk and after 12 hours milk converts into curd. Mother will say milk has been converted into curd, or curdling of milk has taken place. Biologist will say milk has been fermented. Chemist will say milk has been precipitated in its solid form. ठीक है ना? Precipitation is like a clotting. Blood clot कैसे होता है? Solid formation हो जाता है. क्या बोलते हैं? Thrombin and prothrombin, like bio teachers will say clogging or clotting. We say precipitation, aggregation of particles. Okay. Now what is important over here? We have AB plus CD, but this plus and this is minus. First part is always positive ion. Salt solution. Two salt solution in aqueous solution. ये सब aqueous form में रहेंगे. क्यों? क्योंकि ये सब dissociate हो जाते हैं, separate हो जाते हैं, reaction करते हैं. Now look here. This A exchanges with C. C comes over here. That is one which is more reactive will change, and other has to come. Because both are metal ions only. ये series में चल रहे हैं. ठीक है? I'll show you. So what will happen? This AB will become what? AD. Yes or no? And this particular BC, okay, that's sorry, AB will become what? CB. Yes or no? When is C लिखना पड़ेगा? That means there's a mutual exchange of cations, okay, between the two salt solutions to form what? Two salt solution. Out of that, one will be insoluble. Suppose ये insoluble है तो precipitate. Let us take an example. Barium chloride आपने लिया, reacting with sodium sulfate. Now sodium is more reactive than barium. Sodium number 2 पे आ रहा है, इसके बीच में कोई भी element नहीं. Okay, barium and all those elements which are not reactive, not shown in the activity series. Remember, now this activity series is not related with the periodic table, related with hydrogen. जो हाइड्रोजन से ज्यादा रिएक्टिव है ऊपर रहेंगे, जो हाइड्रोजन से कम रिएक्टिव है नीचे रहेंगे. मींस जो हाइड्रोजन को इलेक्ट्रॉन देंगे दे आर अबव, जो हाइड्रोजन से इलेक्ट्रॉन लेंगे वो नीचे रहेंगे. That is, these are oxidizing agents, these are reducing agents. Reducing means the losers of electrons. Both, all of them are metals, but इन लोग हाइड्रोजन से इलेक्ट्रॉन लेंगे, इन लोग हाइड्रोजन को इलेक्ट्रॉन देंगे. Remember this difference. ठीक है? So above hydrogen, all reducing agents. Below hydrogen, all oxidizing agents. Okay. So immediately, what will happen? This barium splits over here. I mean, comes over here. What will get? Barium sulfate. Now, this barium sulfate is white color PPP. It's insoluble. इसका nature है solid. Water में soluble नहीं होना है. Insoluble. And finally, what is happening? This BaSO4 and here you get what? NaCl. Yes or no? ये Na इधर आ गया चिल्ड्रन. और ये उधर चला गया. बेरियम सल्फेट को नया पार्टनर, बेरियम को नया पार्टनर सल्फेट, और सोडियम को नया पार्टनर क्लोरीन. Okay, this time it's just opposite. Two people are sitting over here. Right or not? दोनों के पास पार्टनर है, bench partners. Teacher is giving here tough look. This person as well as this. Why? Because they're chatting during the lecture. Immediately what they do, they pack their bags, इधर आ जाता है, teacher shifts them, और ये इधर चले. Now this time they are not trying to do on their own. This is being done by this particular teacher. Why? Because now, of course, you will say that what is the need of exchanging? It is because now they are disturbing the class. Mutual exchange. Teacher says, this is, you come over here, you go there. And for next 6 months, you will be having this kind of sitting arrangement. Displacement, a double displacement. दोनों को disturb किया. If a child is referring the answer from this, तो उसको आगे बैठा देने को उसको पीछे बैठा. यानी जिसको आगे आता है और पीछे वाला देख रहा है, तो आपको क्या करते हैं? टीचर क्या करते हैं? स्वाइप करते हैं. जिसको नहीं आते उसको आगे. जिससे कि क्या हो रहा है? फिर unnecessary, it will be board exam, it will be trouble for them. Okay, so this is something which is double displacement. Followed. Likewise, for example, if you have this kind of reaction where Ag silver nitrate solution, these are all aqueous urine. ये सब aqueous में चल रहा है reaction. पानी में ये सब ionic reactions होगा, because पानी dissociate कर सकता है salt. ठीक है? Silver nitrate उसको पानी में dissolve. फिर HCl को पानी में dissolve. I told you ना, reaction अगर S रहेगा तो solid, L रहेगा तो liquid, G रहेगा तो gas, AQ रहेगा तो aqueous, ये dissolved in water. ठीक है? Just like as you put salt like NaCl, our table salt in water, okay, and it gets dissolved, same way here. Okay. Now what is happening? H is more reactive than silver, and therefore there is an exchange of position. What you'll get? AgCl, which is white PPT, white PPT. Plus 1 PPT you should get. Remember, children, 1 PPT मिलना चाहिए. Okay, and then what? HN only. That's why it's called precipitation reaction. But now one important thing, you'll say, sir, I take HCl and then my friend takes NaOH. Both of us mix these two solutions. Na displaces hydrogen, hydrogen comes over here. What do you get? Na comes and forms what? NaCl. That is aqueous plus water, H2O. Yes or no, children? But there is no precipitate. But there is a double displacement. But there is no, for example, so this kind of reaction where there is no precipitation, it will not be called as double displacement. It appears to you as a double displacement reaction, but it is called as purely neutralization reaction. What is neutralization? When an acid reacts with a base to produce salt and water, then it's purely neutralization reaction. So this is neutralization. Why? In neutralization reaction, note, this is neutralization. What is neutralization? Neutralization is nothing but what? When an acid reacts with a base to produce salt and water, since water is formed, a neutral substance is formed. That's why the word neutralization. So this is the neutralization reaction. It cannot be called as double displacement or double decomposition. Because double decomposition and double displacement में एक solid form of it. Here, देखो. Writing.
So I have a doubt.
हाँ बोलिए.
So in the last equation in the double displacement, so why did HCl replace Na?
Na किधर replace?
The
Na is replacing
Na.
hydrogen. Na is replacing hydrogen. Na ऊपर है ना, hydrogen नीचे है.
Yes, sir.
Which one? Salt solution or another metal less reactive. White PPT. PPT means insoluble solid. तो एक solid मिलेगा. यानी जैसा एक test tube है ये, ठीक है? This is a test tube. ठीक है? Now this test tube में whenever you add let us say silver nitrate, ठीक है? और इसमें HCl डाल देंगे, so you will get a white color precipitate. Insoluble solid, which is AbCl. और जो solution रहेगा वो ये HNO3 का है. That's 10 minutes. Very good. Last reaction, Redox. But first to balance this reaction, is it balanced? It's a balanced head. Please. Last reaction, we'll take one question given in NCERT exercise. First level exercise board, then second level board questions, and third level will be some difficult questions. Okay. Okay. Acid reacts with the base. Right? Over. This is water, this is salt, this is base, then HCl has to be an acid. Because acid base for cancer. When you're having acidity in the stomach, are you going to take more acid? No. You're going to take antacid. You're going to take a big base. Base was to neutralize like yellow fruit salt. Or you will take pudina or hajmola. Why? Because they are basic substances. Okay? So acid will be neutralized within 6 seconds. आपका stomach में दर्द है निकल जाए ठीक है okay over. Let's come to the next one, that is redox reaction, the last one. Okay, what is this redox reaction? This is the type of reaction which is the last one. Maybe because then we can identify what type of reaction it is. What is redox reaction? Okay, this is a very important class of a chemical reaction. The class is the biggest class in the chemical reactions. Okay, all electrolytic processes are redox reactions. So hydrogen oxygen form हुआ था वो भी redox reaction में आएगा. I mean, especially electrolysis. All the reactions are redox reactions. Your acidity of food is redox reaction. Your corrosion हो रहा है iron metals में, rusting of iron or spoilage of metals on redox reaction. So what is redox? Basically, redox is actually what? Made up of two words. One is reduction. The second is oxidation. What is oxidation over here? Oxidation basically, okay, is actually what? Addition of oxygen. Okay. If the substance is oxidized, we say it is addition of oxygen. But oxygen is a non-metal, so you can say addition of non-metal also. If oxygen available नहीं है वो reaction में, तो अगर कोई non-metal add हो गया, तो भी oxidation. What is non-metal? Non-metals are called as electronegative element. Electronegative means non-metal only. So electronegative element, addition of electronegative element means what? Oxidation. So oxygen नहीं है तो non-metal देखिए non-metal अगर electronegative element is non-metal ये definition लिखने की जरूरत नहीं but sometimes they give in the book also they have written oxidation reduction is nothing but what just opposite of it. अच्छा एक और चीज है इधर addition of oxygen का उल्टा क्या है removal of hydrogen because hydrogen is representing metals right. So removal of metal or removal of metal की जगह पे hydrogen. Removal of hydrogen के अगर कोई hydrogen नहीं है तो metal hydrogen represent करता है metals को ठीक है ना तो removal of metals और है सब जगह और आएगा ठीक है और removal of what electropositive elements ये सब metals means electropositive. Electronegative means what? बड़ा वर्ड हो जाता है इसलिए हम लोग शॉर्ट फॉर्म में इलेक्ट्रो ठीक है छह डेफिनेशन फॉर ऑक्सीडेशन. सातवां डेफिनेशन इज व्हाट? loss of electrons. When an element loses electrons, it's undergoing oxidation. This is the latest definition. Okay, these are all old definition, classical definitions. Whereas what is reduction? Reduction is nothing but just opposite of it. Addition of oxygen, so it is nothing but what? Removal of oxygen. Okay? Yeah, removal of what? Non-metal. Yeah, removal of what? Electronegative elements. Okay? या फिर एडिशन ऑफ व्हाट हम एक ही साथ देखो ऐसा शॉर्ट फॉर्म में लिख सकते हैं ठीक है इसको इधर में थोड़ा सा डर लग रहा है ना ज्यादा लिखेंगे तो हम लोग क्या करेंगे इसको उल्टा कर देंगे रिमूवल ऑफ ऑक्सीजन क्या हो जाएगा एडिशन ऑफ दैट मींस लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल यू आर इन लोअर स्टैंडर्ड लेट मी मेक इट स्मॉलर एडिशन ऑफ व्हाट ऑक्सीजन और एडिशन ऑफ नॉन मेटल और इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव एलिमेंट ठीक है ना चलो या इजी पड़ेगा ना आपको ओके और रिमूवल ऑफ ऑक्सीजन का ऑपोजिट एलिमेंट कौन सा है हाइड्रोजन ओके मेटल और इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव की जगह पे क्या आ जाएगा इलेक्ट्रोपॉजिटिव आई समझे इजी रहेगा देन लास्ट ऑफ कोर्स वी हैव टू राइट लॉस ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स one or more elements here removal of oxygen so addition of what hydrogen yes you will get now it will be so this is better to write this slash करके आप लिख दीजिए better metal this is what electro yes and what if this is a loss of electron on this side there is a gain of electrons reduction is gain of electrons so let's take an example because this is like abstract तो आपको क्या होगा इससे पूरी तरह ध्यान में लिखिए listen don't write anything listen to it carefully you are having copper oxide ठीक है ना copper oxide ठीक है plus you react with hydrogen heat करेंगे because this bonding is very strong तो copper metal non metal का जो bonding रहता है strong रहता है तो heat से हम लोग उसको break करते हैं what actually happens this hydrogen is looking for a partner in the sense it wants to react because it's more having strong affinity with this oxygen rather than this metal. ठीक है? Copper देखिए हाइड्रोजन से नीचे है, but ऑक्सीजन उसके साथ लगा हुआ है, तो less reactive metal है और हाइड्रोजन more reactive है. तो immediately when you heat supply heat, हाइड्रोजन इसको उड़ा लेता है and forms what? Because they are made for each other element, hydrogen and oxygen. 75% of the Earth crust is covered with water. So you look कोई रोक नहीं सकता hydrogen and oxygen. Tremendous affinity for each other. Hydrogen with combining with oxygen and finally what copper is alone over here. So now let us understand this oxidation reduction. I'm just giving you a kind of briefing of the reaction का जो mechanism या एक method है कैसे learn करना है. Okay, but now if you see this reaction over here, okay, if you see for example, now see this is the reactant, these are the reactant, these are the products. So just see a copper oxide का state क्या हो रहा है copper. Now which definition is matching with this? Okay, copper oxide is losing oxygen, yes or no? That means there is a removal of oxygen. Removal of oxygen means what? Reduction. So that means copper oxide has got reduced. So this oxygen निकल गया. On the other hand, that means if you see for example here copper oxide has been changed into copper, that means it is reduction basically. Okay, hydrogen on the other hand has become what? पहले आप ये पूरा reaction में देखना है कहाँ पे ये हो रहा है. Means इसका state क्या है उधर? Reactant का hydrogen is becoming what? Is added with oxygen, flooded with oxygen. That means what? It is oxidized. That means here hydrogen has been oxidized to water. ठीक है? समझ में आया आपको? Oxidize means oxidation, reduce means, but there is one more substance. Now this is a process basically. Okay. Now if you say, sir, can you just explain us this loss of electron part also? कैसे इससे मालूम पड़ेगा? Now let me tell you one thing. Now this is oxidation. The valency of copper is oxygen is 2 minus, and this is 2 plus cupric ion. अब इधर क्या स्टेट हो जाएगा चिल्ड्रन? 0. तो देखिए यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है +2 has become what 0 means +2 is bigger or 0 is bigger +2. तो जब इसका वैलेंसी गिरता है नीचे आ जाता है यानी डिक्रीज होता है वैलेंसी तो इट इज रिडक्शन. That means there is a gain of electrons. In other words, how will I write? Copper ion gains 2 electrons and become what? Copper ना? तब जगह +2 -2 क्या हो जाएगा? 0 हो जाएगा. So that is reduction. Okay. On the other hand, if you see, for example, hydrogen having every neutral metal, as every neutral substance is having valency 0. Why? Protons and electrons are equal. But here hydrogen has become a positive charge. Yes or no? क्योंकि इसके ऊपर +1 है, इसके ऊपर -2. So now just see, if you take one hydrogen atom only single, it's becoming what? Hydrogen ion. Yes or no? That means here the valency is increasing. Means hydrogen must have lost that one electron, becoming H plus. But since there are gain of 2 electrons, some other element must have lost 2 electrons. So इसको क्या multiply कर? 2H, H2. Just an example. Okay, that means there is a loss, and loss of electron means what? Oxidation. I mean, that means the valency increase होता है कोई element का, तो oxidation. Valency जब गिरता है या decrease होता है, that means you can write decrease in valency of that element means reduction. Increase in valency 0 से +1 हुआ ना. So if you see number line देखना है हमेशा. अगर 0 है, ये -1 है, ये -2 है, ये मैथमेटिक्स. ठीक है, तो कॉपर का वैलेंसी क्या हो रहा है चिल्ड्रन? कॉपर का +2 से 0 आ रहा है ना, डिक्रीज हुआ. तो ये डिक्रीज हुआ मींस रिडक्शन. हाइड्रोजन का 0 से +1 हो रहा है कि नहीं? तो इंक्रीज ना राइट हैंड साइड, दैट मींस इट इज ऑक्सीडेशन. दैट मींस ऑक्सीडेशन एंड रिडक्शन आर कॉम्प्लीमेंटिंग ईच अदर. लॉस जहां गेन होगा तो दूसरा किधर लूज होगा. If you are a gainer, then other person must have lost that particular amount or whatever. But here, there's a meaning. So here, this is reduction. Now, what is important? One more term is there, which is very important over here. That is oxidizing and reducing agent. और जो substance अपना oxygen देता है, जो supply का या non-metal का या electronegative element का, that particular substance is called as what, children? Oxidizing agent. तो copper oxide अपना oxygen दे देता है. It is called as what? That means a substance which undergoes reduction is an oxidizing agent. And जो substance वो oxygen लेता है, gainer of that oxygen or that electronegative element, ठीक है, is called as what? That means this hydrogen has gained electrons, so it is nothing but what? It is a reducing agent. So how to write? Oxygen supplier or non-metal supplier is oxidizing. Oxygen donor, oxygen supplier, sorry, oxygen taker, acceptor, taker, okay, acceptor is you buy so many things from Amazon. So Amazon is a supplier. Supplier of goods, na?
It's also
Then losing to TK, but is a supplier or not? The oxygen supplier is nothing but what? Oxidizing. And we are buyers, we are accepting. There are two kinds of people in this world, buyers and sellers. Sellers are gainers, oxidizing agents. Amazon gain, taking it, whereas we are losing. That's why most of the people who are successful are sellers and not buyers. So tomorrow you don't come, sir, I have become a seller now. You know, I mean, somebody has to buy. Some look seller, they don't buy. Another important problem, we have a balance. Here, so this is one. Now, one reaction I will give you, you try to balance. I mean, you try to find out which is oxidizing agent, which is reducing agent. So there are 4 terms: oxidation, reduction, oxidizing agent, reducing. Oxidation, reduction are processes. These are agents. Agent means substances. Substances जो supply करेगा oxygen, oxidizing. The oxidizing agent always they undergo reduction. ये भी लिख दीजिए चाहिए. जो reduce होगा वो हमेशा ऑक्सीडाइजिंग एजेंट होगा, जो reducing एजेंट होगा वो हमेशा ऑक्सीडेशन शो करेगा चिल्ड्रन, ठीक है ना? ये याद रखो। I'm giving one reaction just for practice, आप देख लीजिए अगर हो सकता है तो अभी MnO2 plus HCl giving you MnCl2, this is there in the reaction, huh children, आपके सिलेबस में है। बोल आप देखिए आराम से, नंबर लाइन ड्रॉ करके रखिए। increase in the valency oxidation, decrease in the valency reduction, तो नंबर से आपको इसी को, because increase in valency means loss of electron, so जब इलेक्ट्रॉन लॉस होता है तो नंबर ऑफ प्रोटॉन्स इलेक्ट्रॉन के सबसे ज्यादा होता है, इलेक्ट्रॉन्स कम हो जाते हैं तो पॉजिटिव चला जाता है। वो भी हो गया, करो मजे से करो। MnO2 plus 4HCl giving you MnCl2 plus chlorine plus water,
HCl.
4HCl giving you MnCl2 plus chlorine plus water. Chlorine is a gas, तो आप इधर रखना। ठीक है, time is up. You can quickly will take this reaction, take up this reaction. 1 minute है बस, get right. Of course, you don't have any other lecture now, please. Right, आराम से. There is one more batch over here. Batch आता है ना इधर. हाँ, no problem. Look, 10 मिनट बाद आएंगे. Here H2 is a reducing agent, copper oxide is an oxidizing agent. Hydrogen reducing agent है, copper oxide oxidizing agent. Okay, question क्या है? Yes. Now let me show you the question of this. MnO2. क्या है? नहीं, ये नोट है. Oxygen supply means oxidizing agent. Oxygen acceptor reducing it. And your substance oxidize, it's an oxidizing agent, it undergoes reduction. And your substance reducing agent है, वो उसका process हमेशा oxidation है. ये कभी भी याद, ये thumb rule याद रखो ये इसी का. Now, who will tell me the answer? MnO2 plus HCl giving me MnCl2 plus chlorine. यहाँ पे देखिए, ये MnO2 का state यहाँ पे देखिए. इसके साथ ऑक्सीजन निकल गया, कोई दूसरा एलिमेंट आ गया. That means it is a supplier of oxygen, yes or no? ये देखिए, ये rule में बोलो. Yes, sir. It is a supplier of oxygen. That means it is actually what undergoes reduction, right? Removal of oxygen. ठीक है? The reduction, that means it is oxidizing agent. On the other hand, chlorine से hydrogen remove हो गया. कैसे? Hydrogen HCl becomes what? Cl2. Yes or no? It becomes Cl2 का मतलब क्या है? That means इसमें से hydrogen remove हुआ. किधर है hydrogen removal? Oxidation. Yes. Okay. So that means definitely if this is oxidizing agent, then this is reducing HCl becoming chlorine. So it is oxidation. Because there is a removal of, and therefore if it is oxidation, that means what? It is reduction. Okay. So there is one reaction. Question number NCRT में question homework I am giving you. तो homework है. Question number NCRT exercise page number. Here concepts now.